Today we're talking about Love Island, episode 2, season 7. Let's get into it. So the show pretty much ended on a cliffhanger. We were introduced to 2 new bombshells. We have Cierra, which I'm gonna put their picture somewhere here. Cierra is 25 from Arizona, and then we have Charlie, who is, I believe he's 27, and he's from the UK. So they pretty much they kiss everybody. Sierra kissed everybody, Charlie kissed everybody. They all just have their picks in. Okay. Let's get to the juicy part. So Shelly gets a text, Nick gets a text. So Shelly gets a text because Charlie wants to meet her, and then Sierra sends a text over to Nick because, she wants to meet him as well. Immediately, you can tell that Bella, she wants to seem that she's unbothered, that she's not bothered. She's trying to play the cool girl. It's fine. It's part of the game. But I know she's going to be shaking her boots. It's only going to be until a matter of time until she gets worried and starts stressing out. Austin, on the other hand, he's already overthinking, getting nervous, getting a little anxious. Okay. Meanwhile, Taylor and Alondria, they have an actual adult conversation. She tells him, she admits that she did kiss Ace during the challenge. He actually took it well. You can tell he's a little bothered, but he's probably like, let me put a pin on this. Let me put this in my notes. Okay? Cool. I got this. So, and another thing is when the boys have their chat with everyone pretty much but Nick, it's kind of alluded like Ace is like playing mind games with Jeremiah. He's not like letting him know he kissed Huda, but it's like, you sure your girl was like completely honest? Like that's what I love to see. I love to see the mess. And immediately in the confessional, Jeremiah's just like, she told me the truth or not. If she played me, then blah, 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 whatever the case is. But for him to just, what are we doing here? Like, anyways, let me preserve my energy. Okay, so we go back to the Hideaway, okay? Charlie and Shelly, they're vibing, they're good. You can tell that she is not as into him as when she talks to Ace, okay? Meanwhile, with Nick and Cierra, it's a whole different story. Cierra is laying it on him thick, okay? And Nick, he's locked in. I think that they actually match each other's vibe and just energy, okay? All right, cool. So let's bring us back to the next day. So next day, in the villa, people get their breakfast or by the pool, whatever the case is. Huda finally admits to Jeremiah that she kissed Ace. It took her 5 to 7 business days to actually came clean, but you know what? She did it. Okay. She kind of told like a white lie. It's like technically she didn't get up, but she's already trying to walk on eggshells when this is supposed to be a game. Like it's the vibe and energy is just weird. It's just weird. Like Jeremiah comes in the confessional talking about he doesn't want to be controlling. You can tell from the boys' conversation he had for the night before that he's already spiraling. I don't know. I just feel that Huda kind of likes that. She's looking for a little bit of chaos as dressed as concerned, but I know this is going to be, a mess. So why are we 18 minutes in mid-convo and then they casually say, Yulisa is gone? Like no text, no suitcase, no nothing. Like respectfully, grand opening, grand closing.
I wish you all the best.
Okay. So during the villa, Austin is spiraling. Okay? He is like, oh, like Shelly, and he talks to the guy, he talks to Taylor about being nervous, like. But to me, being that I've, again, been watching the show for season, Are you really pressed about Shelly? Do you genuinely like her, or you're pressed about your spot in the villa? Okay? Yeah. So Bella, on the other hand, you could tell she's like holding out hope for Nick. Um, but Bella Babe, like, she's looking like she's plan B at this point. Okay. So next thing you know, Cierra and Charlie are resident bombshells. They make their entrance, and the boys are giddy, like just jumping up and down, jumping up and down. Like they're like definitely excited. So Nick is having a chat with the boys, and he's already talking about he's 50-50 between Bella and Cierra. I'm just like, there goes my little agent of chaos, okay? I can already tell. But let's just be honest, it's 90-10. Sierra's a 90, poor Bella's 10. Okay. So what's next? So Austin and Shelly, they have a quick chat. And he admits that he was very nervous, and he's sitting there like, like, oh, like I missed you. And, it's like he knows Shelly's beautiful and his options are, you know, slim pickings to none. Okay. So then Charlie tells the boy why he picked, Shelly, obviously from her vibe and her energy. Cierra sits with the girls and then says that, why she picked Nick, blah, blah, blah. And obviously, Bella, you can tell she's like getting a little nervous because when Cierra speaks, she speaks with confidence, like, I can take your man without trying type thing. Okay. Cierra works the room. She goes around just talking to everybody. Okay. She pulls Ace, Jeremiah, and Taylor, I believe. She's focused. The girl's confident. Charlie, on the other hand, just pulls Bella. I'm so happy that poor Bella had that little conversation because she really needed that. Okay. Here comes Ace. Ace, no. Ace pulls Shelly for a chat. And I love how Olandria literally was like, I had to remind him to be a gentleman. Okay. I had to remind him to be a gentleman. Instead of saying like pull up on me or whatever the case is, like this, like, no, you be a gentleman, go grab her hand, like, good. Again, it's like, he 22. I mean, whatever. Anyways, so have y'all peeped how he was like, oh, he misses Shelly when she was gone? She immediately rolled her eyes because he's charming and like, just please, like, we're not about to do this. Um, So Nick is talking to the boys about how he's starting to get puzzled and confused, whatever the case is. Shelly, she's starting to get overwhelmed because she finds herself like she does like Ace. You have Austin, and now you have Charlie, creeping in from the sidelines. Okay. So then we creep into the evening, everybody's getting dressed, they're getting doing their makeup. First things first is Huda. Cierra pulls Jeremiah for a chat, as she should. They went off, they're just having a conversation, they're just getting to know each other, just very casual, okay? Cierra is literally just, you can tell she's trying to maintain a conversation, and Jeremiah is not giving her the same energy. Also, we have distraction. Huda is walking back and forth, trying to distract him. And then later on, she eventually, she has the itch and she's just like, hey, baby. She comes and call him like over like mid, like, girl, be serious. Like, be serious. And of course, Jeremiah ends the conversation. And I mean, I was not feeling that. It was a little immature. I know she's trying to play the game. And I remember last season, Janae did the same thing, I believe, with Connor. I can't be mad on it, but it was just like, can we just chill for a second? Okay, so now it's time for the recoupling ceremony. So Ariana comes in looking as beautiful as ever. She brings in the storm, talking about now it's time for the bombshells to choose who they want to be in a couple with. Everyone gets a text message individually, whether if they want to shop with either bombshell, they can stand up. Okay. So let's go like in order. Poor Charlie. No girl stood up for Charlie. Like not even a fake. Like nobody stood up for him. Okay. Ace stands up for Cierra, which makes sense because he's single and technically like Yulisa, just grand opening, grand closing, she's gone. Okay. Jeremiah declines because he's booed up, apparently. Um, Nick gets up, which we're not surprised about because Nick and Sierra already had good energy. Poor Bella's face. You can tell she was like shook. She was upset. Why Bella was upset? Bella was upset. She was upset. The next thing that actually had me screaming is when Taylor and Austin had the nerve to stand up. That was hilarious to me because Taylor was like, like, yeah, like our partnership and the two country cousins, they seem like they have like a good banter. But Taylor was like, hey, I remember the previous night. Alandria went ahead and kissed A. So he's just like, you know what? Let me go ahead and make sure I'm exploring as well. Austin, the previous day, not even the previous night, the previous night and the same day, he's already spazzing out about Shelly and this, that, and the third. But you know what? He stood up too. I loved how Alandria and Shelly were not even bothered. They were just like, who cares? Okay. So Huda is just being very extra. Okay. I understand both sides. I understand where she's just like, what are the boys doing? Like, what are we doing here? Like, what are we doing here? Like, you guys are in partnerships, but it's like, don't, this is a recoupling ceremony. This is literally day 2, day 3, whatever the case is. Like, this is part of the process. Alandria is like, girl, it's okay. Like, just, we'll talk about it later. Basically trying to get her in a nice way to like, let's not put our concerns and what we're really thinking on the table. Let's them have some girl chat, back in the vanity room by the fire pit when the dust settles. And let's really talk about how we really feel. Huda was not taking a hint. She got upset. And then that was that. Damn, I didn't even tell you who chose who. So obviously Ace didn't have a partner. Charlie didn't have a partner. So Cierra ended up taking Nick. Yeah, Cierra out of the bombshells, the only one that ended up having a partner. So that's pretty much it. So it was good. It was good. I feel like there is heat building up. I feel like the drama is building up. I feel that we have more to come, more mess. So I feel like it was a good build up. And yeah, I just know Bella is going to have a hard time. She's going to have a hard time. And I'm happy that Taylor was able to get his little lick back. Okay, just a little bit, just a little bit. And yeah, there's not much to say, but that's the end of episode 2. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I did. I know there's so much more to come. What do you think? Are you guys team Nick? Are you team Bella? Because we know Bella's not gonna last long. Let's just be for real. All right, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my literally baby YouTube channel. Show your girls. Okay? Show your girls some love. Anyways, bye y'all.